everybody.
Um, yeah. So we are going to record it just so if you wanted to share this with somebody, we can get you the link. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody out. And all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to try to respect y'all's time and do this as quickly as we can, but get you the thorough information also. Y'all have been invited by somebody that cares about you and wants to share this journey with y'all. And we're going to do a question and answers afterwards, which we've never done. So the Q&A may go for a long time, or we might just do short periods. It just depends. So if you feel like you need to hop off, we're going to run through a couple of testimonies, and then we'll go through the systems and the prices on that. And then if you've got any questions, we'll open it up then, or you can put it in to the chat. And if you'll look, if you're on a computer, down at the bottom of your screen, there is a chat down there that you can open up and you can talk to everybody with. You can put a question in there, and we'll get it answered at the end of the session. Stephanie and Vicki are both going to be keeping an eye out on that for me, because I cannot multitask at all. You'll see me hesitate when I go to share the screens because I have to figure out what I'm doing. So anyways, let me introduce myself. I am Dawn Abbott. I am from Georgia. I'm a silver director with the company. Been here 2 years. It's been an amazing ride for me, and I'll share my story shortly. But a couple of housekeeping things. I have everybody on mute, I think, and I will try to keep that taken care of, because I know sometimes the background noises can be rough for people to hear, so we'll try to keep that down. And then also, like I said, the chat. Introduce yourself and who invited you to the group. Leslie has just put up welcome everybody, and we are so glad to have y'all here, and thank you for taking the time to spend with us this evening. Again, we're going to try to keep this short. So I wanted to read you a couple of facts. This is stuff I don't know off the top of my head, so I am reading it. 70% of Americans are overweight, so I'm sure a lot of y'all feel that way as well. 80% of them are unhappy with the way that they look, and I know that is absolutely myself. Even still, I am still on my journey and not comfortable where I'm at. And then 100% of those people want to do something about it, and that's where I was at too. I needed something desperately. Then, Jody, will you turn that down for me just a little bit, please? Sorry. Yellowstone's on. But 97% of every household in the U.S. are in debt. 80% of U.S. adults live paycheck to paycheck, and that was us. Average debt for the U.S. average debt in the U.S. household exceeds over $100,000. We have something here at Zingular that can help you achieve both of those and grow in both of those areas. We can help with weight loss and health, and we can absolutely help with your financial situation too. So 78 million home-based businesses will start in the next 5 years. So somebody is always looking for a side gig. 40% of Americans are looking for a side gig to supplement their income. So Zingular, over the last 11 weeks, we have increased over 600% in 11 weeks. We had 44,000 enrollments in the month of May. I was fixing to say January, and it is not January in Georgia. But in the month of May, we had 44,000 enrollments. We're a 10-year-old company, and we were debt-free within the first year. So a very, very solid foundation for us. And that was what was very important. So let's share some stories, because I know that's what you want to hear is the stories, and I'll share mine first. I started in 2018. My Facebook friend, Leslie Olau, who is an executive on our team, Leslie had posted some results on her Facebook page, and I had reached out. I had tried a lot of different things and failed at a lot. And sorry, I'm trying to mute everybody out. Tried a lot of different things, and some worked. Prescription medications, prescription weight loss medications had worked for me. But as soon as I went off of it, I don't know if anybody else has tried Contrave or phentermine or any of that kind of thing. as soon as you go off of it, you gain it all right back. And I had gained it with a vengeance. I had lost a job that I had loved. I was a veterinary technician for over 20 years. And Georgia, unfortunately, is the right to hire, right to fire. And I got fired. I was one of the first ones when they revamped the company, and lost my job. My husband and I financially were okay. We restructured a few things. I do have horses, so we restructured a few things. But I turned to food for comfort. My mom had got diagnosed with colon cancer a few years back, and I am the only child. My dad had passed away when I was 29, and it just kind of spiraled downhill. I just reached for my food. I struggled. I was depressed. I didn't have any drive. Had not gotten on my horses in, I don't know, 5 years or better. Didn't even really care if I stuck around with it. So I reached out to Leslie. I said, okay, what is this? I need something. I was 140 pounds overweight. Didn't actually realize that until I weighed the morning of my 8-day detox or my 8-day jump start. And I told Leslie I had 100 pounds to lose. And when I jumped on that scale, I knew a number that I wanted, but I was really surprised when I jumped on the scales that morning, and I messaged Leslie and I said, hey, it's really more in the 140 range. So I came in with our ultimate system. I'll go over that in a little bit. I came in with our ultimate system. I lost 7.5 pounds in my first 8 days. Went on to lose 17 pounds in my first 30 days. But y'all, on the first 8 days, on about day 5, my husband looked at me and I was not struggling to get out of bed. I was not grabbing the bedpost and the door jamb and the counter to go into the bathroom to go pee. It was amazing. I felt like a fog had been lifted off my head, off my shoulders. I could think clearly. I was sleeping good. Things that I had struggled with for so many years. I struggled with severe arthritis when I got started, and the inflammation in my body was starting to subside, which was amazing for me. That was one of the key things, was just getting healthy. Went on to lose about 40 pounds in a 3.5 month range. 6 months in, I ended up losing about 70 pounds. 8 months in, was down 70, 80 pounds. And then 10 months in, I was down a little over 100 pounds. A little over 90 pounds, excuse me. So still got a little ways to go. Don't know if I'll hit my goal weight of 170 pounds, but I'm trying. I'm 5'9", so I'm really trying to get there. But I tell you, I started sharing with my friends. I wanted my friends to feel what I was feeling. And that's where the business part came in for me. It's been amazing. I've been able to support my horses over the last 2 years without getting into our budget, which is that one in there is pleased with. So it's just been amazing. It's absolutely been amazing for me. So I am going to turn it over to Stephanie Foreman. She is on my team. We are Jeep friends. I am in the Jeep industry along with the horse industry. And I want to turn it over to Stephanie Foreman. Her and her husband, Kyle, joined me in February of this year. Stephanie watched for a little while, like a lot of my friends have. And in 3 months, they are a director team, and in 3 months they have earned 2 all expense paid trips, and also a $500 cash bonus that she'll be getting on stage in Kansas City in October. So I'm gonna let Stephanie kind of tell her journey. It's still fresh. She's still on her journey, but it has been amazing for her. I'm so glad I got to be a part of it and that she trusted me to join this. So Stephanie, if you want to unmute and tell your story.
Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate that. My story started last year. Like Dawn said, she reached out to me through Facebook, through Jeep Friends, and just from some of my posts had kind of gotten an idea that it's not where I wanted to be in life. We got into a chat and started talking, and I was like, I don't know. I've tried so many different things, like Dawn and like many of you, I'm sure. I mean, I've done prescription, I've done Medifast, I've done Jenny Craig, I've done it all. And the minute you stop, it all comes back. And in some of it, I did HCG diet, which was 500 calories a day. Yes, I lost weight, but you can't sustain yourself on 500 calories a day. So quit that, and it came back twofold. Did not realize how big I was, so I went to the doctor in January of this year, and I had to step on that scale, and I was completely embarrassed. And I thought, you know what? Dawn would talk to me every month about, and we'd chat and see how things were going. And I decided finally in February, at the end of February, that it was time for me. So I signed up. I started with the Ignite kit. And I wanted that because it had the 8-day jump start, which is something we'll talk to you guys about in a little bit, but I wanted the instant gratification. If it was going to work for me in the first 8 days and it's something that I'm going to be able to see results with, then I'm going to stick with it. So I started at the end of February. Mid-March, I was diagnosed with basal cell carcinoma. So I had to quit the program and be put on a chemo pill. And my husband was laid off from Christmas and did not get called back, went back to work for a couple days. COVID hit. We lost our insurance. I couldn't afford $1,500 a month for my chemo pill. So I went off after my 30 days of my chemo pill, went back on mid-March. And here I am 2 months later, and I'm down 40 pounds. And it is the easiest thing I've ever done. You get a virtual coach, you get a food list, you get recipe pages, you get support. And when I tell you support, I'm telling you that you get somebody that's there for you no matter what question you have. This community is amazing to me. So here I am, 40 pounds down. I have been able to share my story and my journey with a lot of friends. I was a teacher, and I am now on medical disability. But it has made a difference in my life. I am up before my alarm. I have energy all day, and I sleep through the night. And I hadn't slept longer than 3 hours in over 3 years. So this program has definitely changed my life, and I have nobody to thank for that but Dawn. And I greatly appreciate her introducing this to me. And I was lucky enough that when I started to share my story with some of my teacher friends, I was able to bring on my friend Vicki Spencer. And I'd like Vicki to share her story.
Thank you, Stephanie. Like she said, I teach second graders, and I'm getting ready to do my 22nd year. And so teaching's really changed over the years. It used to be a lot of movement around the classroom, and now it's a lot of, I teach reading, so the kids are right in front of me, and I'm sitting at my table. And what's happened to me over the years is I've had twins, and then sitting behind that table, the weight just started taking over, and the stress of the job, the stress of raising 3 kids. And then as they got older, they're very active. They're into a lot of travel, soccer and softball. We started eating late. So I don't know how many of you have young kids and you're doing the travel or the baseball, whatever. My diet was horrible, absolutely horrible. So I packed on the pounds. After I had the twins, I dropped that weight. I looked great. And then the last 7-8 years, it's come on, like Stephanie said, it's like twofold. It's like, it's crazy. And I got on the scales it's probably February, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I am now heavier than I was when I carried my twins. And didn't know what I was going to do because I've tried everything. I had just come off Weight Watchers. It wasn't really working for me. And the reason why is because I didn't feel like I had the community that I have found with this. But Stephanie reached out in March, and my first thing was, I don't have the money right now. I can't afford this right now. But I knew I needed it. And I said, Steph, give me time. I want this, but you're going to have to give me time to save up my money. My husband has a heart condition, so he works sometimes, and then sometimes he's off because he's got to have different things done. So his income is never stable. I never know if he's going to be working or it's going to be a time where he's got to be running to the doctor. So I just kept thinking, I've got to find a way to make this money. So finally, I saved up the money. Steph, I reached back out. I said, look, I'm ready. I've got it. Let me buy now, because if I don't do it now, that money's going to get spent on something else. So April 22nd, I bought my kit. I bought an Ignite, and it arrived. And by May 1st, I was rolling. And I just remember immediately that very next day how I felt. I can't even describe it because my background was I was very athletic. I was a cheerleader. I was always, just the most physically fit person. After the twins, like I said, my body went downhill, and I would wake up, and it sounded very similar to Dawn. It was like I was struggling to make it to my bathroom. I wanted to sleep all the time. I had no energy. I couldn't keep up with my kids. And that very first day, I was up before my alarm. I woke up at 5:30 that morning. And normally, being a school teacher, you're getting up, you're getting ready for the day, and I'm normally like, I don't want to do this today. Nope, not that first day. I was like, wow, I'm up before the alarm went off. And now my kids are keeping up with me. They're like, Mom, are you done? And I'm like, nope, I got more. Let's go. It's crazy. But in that time, I've lost, I think yesterday was day 57 for me. I've lost 23 pounds, 19 and a half inches. And I'll tell you, I'm not perfect at this by no means. And I've got a long way to go. But it's easy to follow if you just take the time to prep and be prepared. But I cannot thank these ladies enough. I love that Dawn reached Stephanie. I love that Stephanie reached me. And it just changes your life. And I finally realized I was worth it. So I know for those of you who are sitting on the edge and maybe you're like me, the money's an issue, you're worth it. And that's the other reason why I actually became a referring member, and I jumped onto the business is, like I said, my husband's income isn't always, we can't always bank on it. And this is a great way for me to share the story. It's a great way for me to get these products out to my friends. So it's just another avenue that you could take if you're like me and you just need that extra income, because that was definitely me. So thanks, ladies. I appreciate you guys reaching out.
Thank you so much, Vicki. And I did not say, y'all, I am terrible at this. This is my first one. Let me just run through and show you our pictures real quick. That's Stephanie's, her before and her becoming picture. And I think that picture was just taken a couple of days ago. And then there's mine. Let's see if I can make it bigger. I don't know if you can see it or not. But there's mine and my husband's. My husband did lose weight on the program too. So he jumped on with me after I was the guinea pig, of course. And then Vicki's. There it is. And then there's Vicki's. So why am I frozen? Right. Somebody let me know. Okay. Am I back? Okay. I think it froze for a minute. Sorry, y'all. We are probably fixing to get a thunderstorm here in Georgia, and so it's gonna block me off. So we'll try to do this really quick. All right. So let us go through the systems, and I can find my paper. Not that I need the paper for my systems, but yeah, there they are. But it's a health and wellness program with weight loss built into it. And that's what I was looking for when I got started. It's not just a weight loss. It's not a chemical-induced weight loss like so many others are. I was on prescription weight loss medications, like I said, as soon as I stopped at the phentermine, the Contrave, as soon as I stopped it, the weight came back on me because it doesn't teach us how and what to eat. This program lays it all out for you. You get meal plans, like Vicki and Stephanie both said. You get meal plans, you get shopping lists. You get a virtual coach, which is Xander. And Xander, he's like our boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. He texts you all day for the first 30 days and keeps you on track, tells you what to take, reminds you to drink your water, reminds you what to eat, reminds you to take a snack. So I've been lost without Xander and Leslie. And then you get the one-on-one. So you get the one-on-one, you get the person that invited you, that has helped you, had shared the story with you, and you get them as a coach, but you don't always get them. You get our whole entire team. We are going to stay by you. We're going to walk you through this. We're going to hold your hand if you need your hand held. We're going to let you fly if you want to fly on your own. It doesn't matter. However much support you want, we are here. We have built friendships here. I can't tell you the amount of people that I have built as far as a friendship just by coaching them through this personal journey. And we all know that weight loss is a personal journey. So our success rate is 94% with our Ultimate system, and that is the way I got started. We cover 15 points of failure, and this was going to be another screen share. Hold on just a second. See, I told y'all. Thank y'all. Can y'all see that? Okay. See, I told y'all this is still new to me. But anyways, 15 common points of weight loss failure. We struggle with stress. We struggle with sleep, our blood sugars, toxins, just so much going on. And that's when they built the Ultimate system. It's got a 94% success rate, and it covers all of these 15 points of failure. Support, like I said, you've got all of us, it's all laid out for you. So it's a weight loss for dummies, in my opinion. It's all laid out there for you. You just got to have the mindset. So we cover these different areas in our biggest system. And that's what I needed. I needed something that covered all of those health areas. So we'll figure out what option is best for you, and we can get you started wherever you want to get started at money-wise. We'll give you our honest opinion. I've gotten people started with just a few products all the way up to the Ultimate system. We're here to get you wherever you feel comfortable to get started at. Your first order has got a 45-day money-back guarantee, and it's an empty bottle money-back guarantee. So I tell everybody, get started in the most uncomfortable place you feel comfortable getting started at financially, in my opinion. That's just kind of the way I word it to my friends, because I want you to have the full effect. I want you to have the best results that you can possibly get. This is this is an investment in your own health, and we want to get you to the best results. So I'm going to run down the systems really quick. And these are just the 4 systems that the company puts together. They're fully coached. They've got Xander. You've got the meal plans and stuff like that. But again, we can build anything for you that fits your budget. So the first is a Trim Down Trio. It comes with 3 products. You get a pill, a shake, and a water mixture. Sorry, I was looking at, see, I told you squirrels. I was looking at somebody. But you get those 3 products. It's a great way to get started on somebody that's on a lower budget that just needs a little bit of weight loss. It is a 30-day supply. You get your choice of chocolate and vanilla. And that's the one thing that I do like about that system is you do get the choice of a chocolate shake, which I love our chocolate shakes. That system right there is 30 days, and it's got the 3 products in it. And that system is $179. Okay. Your next system is going to be your core. That's 5 products. You're going to have a shake. You're going to have a detox, a partial detox. You're going to have a fat burner. You're going to have an energy product, which is our Zing, which I think everybody loves our Zing. I think that's one of those products that everybody's like, that's something I'm always staying on. It's our energy product, and it's a sustained energy throughout the day, guys. This is not Jenner's. I've been on the Phentermine. I know what it does. I've been on the old Metabolife. If y'all are old enough to have been on the old Metabolife that made your skin crawl, that one sitting on the couch loved the Metabolife. I couldn't stand it. It worked, but I couldn't stand it. But anyways, so sustained energy through the day. The core's got 5 products. It's a 10% savings. So the company bundles the 3 systems for us. They bundle them in a little bit of a discount for us to get us started. That's fully coached. You've got Xander. You've got the one-on-one as well. That's a 10% savings, and that system is $239. And that is more of a 30-day supply. Your Zing is going to last you 60 days on that, because we usually only just take one of them. So it's a 60-day supply, and then your flush is probably going to last you a little bit. But for the most part, it's about a 30-day supply for that one. All right, the next 2 systems are the ones that I personally like to talk about. They've got our 8-day detox or our 8-day jump start. I feel that it's very, very important. It's a natural detox. I always kid around about this to people. It's not like you got to take a week off from your work or anything like that and spend a week in the bathroom. I promise you on that. Everybody hears detox. They're like, oh no, I don't want to do a detox. But let me tell you, that detox is amazing. You're going to feel things instantly. You're going to have instant gratification in that first 8 days. Average weight loss is between 5 and 15 pounds. And mine was 7.5. I wasn't pleased with it because I wanted the 15, but I'll still take it. I felt amazing, and that's where I was hooked. So our Ignite system, which is the way Stephanie and Vicki both started with, our Ignite's got 9 products in it. It's a 30-day supply, and then we've got several products in there that's going to last you 60 days. It is complete. It's your health products along with your weight loss there. So you've got your 8-day included on that. It's a 20% savings. So again, like I said, it's bundled up. You've got shake mix, multi-nutrients in there. You've got stuff to help with your energy, your sleep, your detox, just all kinds of supplements in there that's going to give you the whole package. That system is $349, and the Ignite and the Ultimate is not a monthly fee. We're going to fill in the next months with stuff that you need and that you're running out of and that we think is best for you to go on to the rest of your journey. So that system is, like I said, is 20% savings. Then we have the Ultimate, and that's where I came in at. I feel wholeheartedly that this is just the best system to come in on because that's what I did. I love it. I still take majority of everything in the system. Some things I don't take all the time, but most of it I am still on. I'm still on my journey, y'all. So that's the reason being. It's got 13 products in it. It's a 30% savings. It also comes with a $100 gift voucher to use in your second month purchase. So it's going to give you a lot of products for the money. So it's the bigger bang for the buck, in my opinion. You get 2 bags of shake mix. So you get to try our vanilla because the vanilla is standard in the other 2 systems. And then you get the chocolate. You get the chocolate shake. And like I said, that's my go-to. 2 years later, I still at least 1 shake a day. You'll get gut health. You've got your detox. You get our trim sticks, award-winning trim sticks. And I just found out that we cannot win any more awards for our products because we have won them so many times that we can't resubmit our products. So we've got to come out with new products in order to win more awards, but we've got all kinds of award-winning products in these systems. The Ultimate's got a 94% success rate as well as far as return. You got 4 more extra products in that. Like I said, everything comes coached. That system is $549. Again, that's not a monthly fee. That is just a one-time fee for the Ignite and the Ultimate system. Then you've also got a decision on figure out what system that you want. And then you've got a choice to make. You can either come in as a member, a wholesale member, and get your products at wholesale prices, which is what I just quoted you. Or you can become a referring member like I did and like Stephanie did, and you can have your own referral perks. You can grab a few friends to jump on board and go that route. And normally our membership price is $14.95, and then our referring member price is $49.95, and that's a yearly fee. You get a referral link in your own website if you become a referring member. This month until the 30th, July 30th or June 30th, you get those at half price. So you'll get your membership at half price, and you'll also get your referring member. So you'll have a $7.45, I think, is what it is, and then $24.95 or something like that. Don't get me to do math. I'm horrible at it. And if you get started and ordered tonight through the end of the month on Tuesday, you will also go into a drawing for a bag of our sold out in like 3 days of our pink lemonade trim sticks. So you'll be put into a drawing for that too. And we'll do that drawing probably the first or the second of the month and get that out to you. So I am going to open it up for questions. So anybody, you can unmute yourself. If you know how to unmute yourself, I don't want to unmute everybody and everybody talk at the same time. I don't know if anybody had any questions posted in the comments, but if you've got any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and we'll get your questions asked. I've got several people. I've got Leslie Olau that's been here, 4 years, and Tammy Milwaukee is here, and Tammy's been here for 7 years. So we've got lots of experience here that, we can definitely ask your questions or answer your questions. All right, Tammy's asking, what has caffeine? I can't have any, causes migraines. Okay, migraine story. I had migraines, and caffeine triggered mine as well, and I have not, knock on wood, can't make medical claims, but I have not had any migraines in 2 years. Our Zing has a little bit of caffeine in it, and our Trim Sticks has a little bit of caffeine, and it's less than a half a cup of coffee. And again, it triggered mine. So, but what I tell everybody that has issues, you've got a 45-day money-back guarantee. So if you see that they do trigger you, then by all means, we can return them at, no questions asked, and we can get your money back if it's something that you can't tolerate. So anybody else? Does that answer you, Tammy? Trying to find where you're at. No, I don't see you. Okay. You're very.
I'd like to share, Dawn. I'm very sensitive to caffeine. I was on Advocare, which in turn caused me to have heart palpitations and did a little damage to my heart. And I do not get any heart palpitations, and I take all products. After I started with the Ignite, I bumped up to the Ultimate, and I've taken all products in the Ultimate, the Trim Sticks, and the Zing, and I have had no issues.
Good.
Hey, Dawn, it's Tammy.
Hey, Tammy.
Hello, great job. I'm totally loving this. This is a wonderful party, super informative, and great job to Vicki and to Stephanie. Talk about inspirations. And you know what I was thinking when I first started is that to get my kit with no out-of-pocket expense was a huge deal. To make an extra $500 a month was all I needed. And so what I was wondering about, because I know we have it and many people get it, is that quick start bonus. How like 4 friends, our ride or die friends, or the friends that we're always dieting with, and sharing with 4 people, which most people do in the first week. Not only do you get those commissions, but you get an extra $100. And that's life-changing to have that kit paid for. So I don't know, you want to maybe touch on that, because, money is tough with this whole COVID crazy. And although we've exploded, I'd love to hear about that.
Absolutely. Yep. And I definitely, that's what got me started. I had a few people that I started sharing with, and I would refer them back to Leslie, and Leslie was like, let's get you signed up as a referring member, and you get commissions off of this, and you help your friends, not me. And that's kind of what we did. So yeah, absolutely. Like Tammy said, you get 4 friends to jump on board with you in your first 30 days of becoming a referring member, and the company gives you a $100 bonus on top of your commissions. And it's life-changing, y'all. It really opened my eyes. And I don't know, and I'll just kind of go into it. Some people think, pyramid scheme, and I promise you they're illegal. That I tell everybody, that's kind of what your job is. You will never bypass your boss, and you definitely can bypass people here. So that's kind of what a pyramid scheme is. It's really corporate America, but yeah, absolutely. You've got the opportunity by just grabbing 4 of your closest friends, family, sisters, cousins, whatever, and getting them on board with you, and you can become a referring member and grab that extra $100 on top of the commission. So great thing, Tammy. Yeah, because like I said, it is an expense out of your investment in your own health. And I can understand, people's budgets, and especially with this COVID thing, like Vicki said, her husband had been off work, and Stephanie, I think your husband had been affected by it too. And I know so many, I could unmute all y'all, and y'all could probably tell me everybody has had some issues with the whole COVID thing. So,
let me just kind of make this like really super simple, you guys. So how many of you, just raise your hand, how many of you are in our Power to Change? Okay. All right. You know how simple this is? You go in and invite 50 friends. Go in and invite 50 friends. You know what? They can accept it. They can decline it. But I had a girl do that today. We have 22 chats set up because you know what? Her friends want to know what she's doing because we don't want to leave our friends behind. So you know what? That's the simplest thing. And what admin does in that group, if you invited them, we're going to connect them with you and your coach. Your coach is going to do all the work. You don't have to do anything. Connect them, let your coach do the work. We're going to help you get your products paid for. We're going to help you with that quick start bonus. It's super, super simple. You don't have to post pictures. We're not going to make you post your before and after pictures. We're not going to make you do any of that. We're not going to make you do anything that's hard. But literally, you guys, that's all it's going to take. So I just wanted to throw that out there because you know what? Our friends are going to be jealous when the COVID is over and that quarantine and they go back to work and they see you. They're not going to be happy friends. Let's bring them with us.
Absolutely. And I didn't know, when I invited Stephanie to the group, I didn't know what Stephanie needed. You didn't know what I needed. I had my horse picture as my profile picture, so you couldn't see me. So anyways, any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. That's what we're here for, y'all. We're here to help answer questions. You've got tons and years of experience on here. Take advantage of it.
Dawn, Bobby had a question, wanted to know if there was a certain requirement that needed to be purchased a month.
To be a referring member.
I don't know if it was referring member or if it's just in general.
I think it's just in general, Dawn.
Oh, no, there's no, absolutely not. There's not, you don't have to purchase each month. There's not a contract or an automatic that comes out. There is a super cool subscription, auto ship. Everybody hates auto ship, but it's not like that. But you don't have to, absolutely don't have to. Our subscription is really neat though, y'all. It does allow you to earn free products. It's kind of like using a Delta Sky Miles card or something like that. So every time you spend on subscription or have something on that subscription, 10% of that goes into a little savings account, and then you get to earn free products off of it. So it's a really cool. You're not locked into it. I reinforce this with the people that I talk to and let them know that it's kind of like my iTunes account. I had to cancel my debit card to get out of it because I was locked into a contract, and I'm not going to do that to my friends. And this is the easiest thing to get in and out of. 5 days they email you, and it's, so you can, nothing that you're locked into. So it's a really cool little program that they do. Jennifer asks, after the 8-day, what are we watching as far as food labels, fats, sugar, and carbs? This might be a better one for Tammy and Leslie. I know what I have done. I know that we try to keep the carbs somewhere in the 25, 30-ish range, somewhere in that ballpark. So it's really just looking at that. Sugar, I go as low as you could possibly go. I don't want any sugar in my body. And I'll tell you a quick story. Christmas time this past year, I kind of binged a little bit on my sugars. I'm a sugar freak, y'all. I regretted it. It was so hard for me to get back on track. I don't want the sugars back in my body anymore. I very rarely do desserts. I don't like the feelings that I have. It triggers my migraines as well. I do deal with headaches after I have the sugar. So I stay away from it. So Leslie, you or Tammy want to jump on that as far as?
Sure. So first of all, when we look at labels, we really try not to do anything processed because there's so many hidden bad things in there. And it's not necessarily the fat, the carbs, the sugars, but there's a lot of sodium in a lot of things, you guys. So what we try to do is try to do things that are a little bit more natural. So your lean proteins and your veggies and your healthy fats. For me, I do some low carb like tortillas because I really like to have like wraps. And so I'll use those as wraps, but they're like less than 2 carbs. But I use those more on the days that I'm going to like ride my horses. I'm going to go be at a horse show. So I'm going to use some extra energy. So that's kind of what we do with food labels. We really want it, like she said, you want to keep it down 25 carbs. And then, of course, if you add exercise, we're going to fuel your body. So we're going to add carbs. So carbs can be a good thing for those people that exercise. We love our workout product that is in our Ultimate. It's the spring. It helps with workouts. I use it because literally, you guys, I'm here in Indiana. I'm a California girl. California does not have any humidity. And here in Indiana, I swear to God, I can go outside and I can go into the barn and I can clean stalls. And I feel like that girl on the Peloton bike. You know that one. You know that one that's dripping wet with sweat and she's literally like dying outside. Yeah, that's me. That's me. And so I use the spring for that, but I can add calories because I have expended that energy. And so I'll add like grains like couscous, oatmeal, brown rice, of course, that carb wrap, any of those grains. I can add like some fruit. And that's what I like to is after the 8-day, you can incorporate fruit and grains in there. But that's your coach is going to help you. We're going to guide you in your after your 8-day, after your cheat meal, low carb. It's going to be a little bit different if you do the keto. But we do find that probably 99% of the people do low carb plan. It's just more simple because all you have to do is weigh your cooked protein. And the rest is all laid out for you. So I kind of hope I answered that. Tammy, you might want to throw in some information in there too.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, I do work out a lot. I'm a workout girl. And so I do incorporate carbs, but I also incorporate the complex carbs. And so in fact, they're slower to burn. I fuel my body before I work out, and that may be at a transformation camp or it could be at a spin class. The spin isn't back yet because of the COVID, but the transformation camp is. What I tell my people when I coach them is that the first 30 days, I pretty much suggest that they not incorporate carbs except for on their cheat meal because it's going to slow things down. And so, but then, you know, I have several clients that it's going to be a journey for them. So to feel or believe they're not going to do carbohydrates or fruit is unrealistic. This is a lifestyle. And so, you know, for your first month to stay laser focused, most people can do that. Most of us can because we get a cheat meal. And then we can start to incorporate according to your level of activity, coupled with how fast you want to get there. And I ask people that, do you want to go fast? We're going to want to scale back on carbs and fruit. But if in fact it's a journey and you want to enjoy as you go along minus your cheat meal, then we can do that as well. And it's not a cookie cutter fit. That's what I love. The main thing I say for people is make sure you have a food scale and make sure you're weighing your protein after it is cooked, because if you don't eat enough, the scale will slow down. And that hurts because our mindset is exercise more, eat less. And the opposite is true on your 8-day Ignite. It's exercise less, eat more. So that would be my suggestion.
Yeah, and kind of a quick story, and I want to respect y'all's time. I'll stay on here as long as anybody's got questions, but quick story on my second week, because I didn't listen to my coach, because like Tammy said, eat less, exercise more. That's how we lose weight, right? And exercise has been brought up a lot here, and I'll address that too. But my second week, I backed off of my food. I had 140 pounds to lose, so I was eating between 8 and 10 ounces I cooked at my lunch and my dinner because I had so much to lose. And I thought, well, my 7.5 pounds was not that big. I wanted the 15. Who doesn't? Maybe I need to back off. And I cut up with her, and she knows what I'm fixing to say, but maybe that crazy lady Leslie didn't know what she was talking about when she told me to eat that much food. And that's just the relationship her and I have. So the second week, I actually gained half my weight back, y'all, which was very disappointing to me. And if I had not had my coach and gone to her, and, you know, we did weekly check-ins after the 8-day, and if I had not had her and her grab me by the hand and say, okay, look, Dawn, this is what you need to be doing, I probably would have quit because I wasn't following plan. So I went on to lose 17 pounds. Just thinking back now, what could I have lost in my first 30 days if I had listened on my second week? So kind of my story. But exercise, this plan is built for no exercise. I was not very mobile. I mean, I was mobile, but as far as exercise makes me want to puke, and it still makes me want to puke to this day. I do not, put me in the hay field, I'll pick up hay, but I do not want to go to the gym. Like Tammy says, if we do incorporate exercise, then we will incorporate some extra food, extra calories in there for you to burn. So it's very good for the person that is pretty much stationary. And we've seen lots of people, that have health issues that couldn't exercise. Stephanie's one of them. I have no excuse now. I need to get in the gym. Shonda asked about our shipping. She's already ordered, and I'll address that a little bit. Yes, because of a 600% increase in 11 weeks during a pandemic, we were behind on shipping, and we still are. We are on the downward slide of that. We're getting caught up. We have our warehouse that is working 24/7, just basically, but trying to keep a 6-foot distance in our warehouses, because that's what they are mandatory to do in Utah, which is where our warehouse is at. Trying to do that was very, very hard. So, and we also, everything is made here in the U.S., y'all, if that's important to y'all, which it was for me. But because we are plant-based and root-based products, some of our products, Jody, will you turn that down, please? Some of our products are sourced from outside the other countries. And so with this pandemic, we did have some slowing on some shipping, getting some of our raw ingredients. But let me tell you what this company did in February when it hit in China. We started making precautions. We started thinking, well, what if this becomes a pandemic? And so they started stockpiling our raw ingredients. But then we grew 600%, y'all. There's no company out there that could have kept up with a 600% growth in a pandemic. So to answer your question, Shonda, we are on the downward slide. We are getting everything out. If you will get your tracking information to us, to your upline, we can definitely go into that and find out exactly when you should be getting your system in.
Yeah, I wanted to talk real quick about the exercise. I had foot reconstructive surgery. That's what landed me in medical disability as a phys ed teacher. I could not stand and move around and do things that I did. They did everything to my foot except my toes. Cut my heel, moved my heel bone. I had everything wrong that could go wrong in a foot. So I have not exercised one lick, and I'm down 40 pounds.
Yep, all of mine's been done without any exercise. 90 pounds without. So.
Yep, I lost 74 pounds with no exercise other than doing the work I normally do.
Yep, just barn work, stalls, horses, hay, that sort of thing. Any other questions? I don't want to keep y'all any longer than we have to. So just remember, if you do place an order from tonight until Tuesday, you will get put into that drawing for your free bag of your trim sticks, the pink lemonade trim sticks, and they sold out like less than 3 days, 2 days, 2.5 days. I don't know, but they sold out. And then that's it. If y'all don't have any more questions, we will let y'all go. I appreciate y'all greatly for jumping on with us and letting us share with y'all this evening. Last call. Any questions from anybody? Unmute everybody. Any questions? Nope, I didn't. Oh, I muted everybody.
There you go.
Well, some are and some aren't.
I unmuted.
Well, thank y'all very much for jumping on.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Dawn, Tammy,
Thank you.
Stephanie,
Bye.
Leslie. Bye, everybody.
I did make it.
Bobby, thanks for joining us.
Good night, y'all.
Night.